My name is Patrick Rogers, owner of Miles Young Media.
I am Danielle Pierce, fiance of Patrick Rogers.
All right. Okay. So how did y'all meet and what attracted you to your partner?
Danny? Now tell them how you met me.
We from Jackson, so I've always kind of like knew who he was. But I would say it was around 10th grade. So I knew him in 9th grade. I knew we after school, so I was exploring my options. But in 10th grade, I used to be going to lunch, and he used to be coming upstairs to the 3rd floor, and we used to be going downstairs to the cafeteria. I just thought that was so fine. I was like, oh my God, he's so fine. Like, I always thought he was cute, but he just got fine in 10. I was in 10, he was in 11. He was just so fine. So that's how we didn't really meet like that. We already knew each other. That's when I started being attracted to him. Like, okay, yeah, kind of a little looker. Okay.
What's the question?
When did you first meet your partner and what attracted you to them?
Alright, so I first met my partner. We met kind of wrong. Well, we knew each other because we from small ass Jackson. But we met kind of wrong. The reason why we even know each other and got to where we are is because I was trying to talk to a new chick. I wanted a girlfriend, and I wanted a loving basketball type chick because I wanted a baller chick because I wanted to be able to kick it with her and really do some. I wanted somebody who did what I did instead of just getting a girlfriend at that time. And I found a chick that was pretty. She was straight. She was fire. You know what I'm saying? And she brought. We wanted to link up at the basketball court, and she brought Danny to the park. And she brought Danny to the park. And I remember thinking, like, who got red bone with her? And that's when it changed because after we hooped at the park, I was talking to her on the phone, well, her friend on the phone, and she got on the phone, and I don't know what made me be like, what's up though?
This is how I am.
Now we young, so you know how it is when you're young. I'm like, what's up with you though? She's like, what? Not trying to hide. So to me that means, because you could have just said, oh hell no, you just trying, but she like, what? Not trying to. I'm like, ha. What's good? And that's when it basically kicked off. So that's when I met her and started kicking it with her and started really basically, you know what I'm saying, reeling the fishing line in, basically. With all the worm on the hook.
And so now that
Answer one.
All right. So what do you love the most about your partner?
What I love most about Danny is the fact that she's just like my mom on the low. So not like in a weird way, but like more black woman handle shit. I got it. I don't need dudes, blah blah blah. I like that shit because that's what I was raised by. I wasn't raised by women who like, oh my god, the trash. Like I wasn't raised by that shit. So like I attracted to her ability to do things on her own. Like when we was young, like kids, 15, 16, we would like go eat or whatever on my dime, and then my dime would be gone. And then she would be like, I still want to go do this. And I'm like, and she'd be like, let me just go do this shit because she was like, oh, you pay for all that? I'm going to do this. And that kind of set the tone. So I just really like how assertive she is and how like she does what the hell she wants. She don't need like most chicks a proxy or somebody to, do something through. Like, so I love the fact that she's independent and she's so driven, so much so that it leaks off onto me, because I'm kind of a floater at times. So that's basically the one.
Okay. I would have to say what I love most about Pat is it's a variety of things. So we'll start with younger self. Was attracted to Pat because he's just a genuine spirit, very pretty much honest guy. Just very. He just made my heart feel good when I was little. Growing up into our 20s, Pat was very patient. He was a cultivator. He just helped me out through life, helped me grow as a woman, as a person. He just really helped mold me and shape me into who I am today. And then just as a father and soon-to-be husband, I completely admire his patience. Pat's not the jealous type. Like sometimes you have dudes in a relationship who like jealous or just I don't know, kind of be in competition with their partner, but it's never like that. He's like, babe, whatever I can do to make this situation great, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna play my part, and vice versa. So that's what helps. So what I love most, it's a variety of things, but I feel like I've learned to love him in so many different ways just because we've been together for going on 18 years. So at every step of the way, it's just like my love has just
like grown. Because I'm that guy.
The love has just exposed deeper levels.
Exponentially.
Yeah, so that's what I love most about Pat.
We're ready, nigga. We ready.
Okay. If we gave you each $1 million and said that you had to spend it on each other, what would you buy your partner?
I would buy Pat a warehouse for his media needs. He always talks about having multiple sets set up for different things to where he could do his counseling in the future, he could do his photography in the future, he could shoot videos in the future, and then probably just a whole bunch of gadgets. He's a gadget head, so literally whatever he wanted. Oculuses, screens, the latest technology, probably a real sweet ass car, and then just really make sure our house is dope and set up. Like, I already know we gonna have a dope house, but just his own little area that's just dope. And it's just him.
If I had $1 million and I had to spend it on Danny, I would take immediately half to the side and try to, with my half, try to find 2 more Dannys, up and coming Dannys in the world, like, or around us or so. I would try to find 2, and I would grab one to take over her shop and just take over while you sit at home. And I find another one to find another location, another building that she could also get a whole bunch of other smaller Dannys that are coming up. Put them all in there and then run that so she can stay at the crib and play Oculuses with me. She said Oculus.
So you want to be a housewife?
No, I want to be a housewife. I just want you to be my wife at the house.
Okay.
And then we can come up with a business on our own. So the other half, I would give to her and tell her, flip that shit the way you be flipping shit. And think about me though. Also, something a little kickback for me.
This is for your partner. So.
No, it's for you. But, just remember me is what I'm saying. Because Danny, listen, I'm saying all this because Danny is a mastermind with numbers. I am not the mastermind with numbers, and we have established that within our relationship. And because I'm not, I don't have any reserves towards letting her do more things because I'd be good at the end of the day regardless, and that's all I be wanting. So, yep, I would invest enough to make multiple shops that can make the money she makes now come in without her having to leave the house, basically.
Wonderful things. When did you know that your person was the one?
So there was not like a specific event or anything, but like I say, just through time, how our relationship progressed, I just knew he was the one. It's just like one of those things where it's like me and him always say, I'm not doing this for nobody else. So I'm not carrying nobody else's kids. I don't want to do life with nobody else. I don't want to be arguing, going through trials and tribulations with nobody else. And I think just we have experienced so much together. Like, he lost Mary when you was 19, I was 18. And so that alone, like, experiencing that trauma so young and it changing him as a person, like, we grew through that. I loved him through that. We had some trials through that tested our relationship. So there was no one thing where I'm like, oh my gosh, Pat is the one, but it's almost just like looking back in hindsight, everything that we've been through, like, I don't want to do that with nobody else. So this is how I know I'm locked in for life. But yeah, there was no real specific event. I will say though, just the way Pat caters to me and takes care of me, I'm very, very spoiled. So he loves on me, he encourages me, he takes great care of our children. He just always meets the need. Like, I never need or want for anything. All I gotta do is ask, and Pat does that. So I feel like that's your person. Like, they can love you. Loving me is probably not the easiest all the time, but he makes me feel loved, and I feel lovable because of just the way he caters to me and our family. He's the one.
To be honest with you, it's like sections with that because for me, we've been together 18 years and we started in high school, like high school sweethearts. So like the difference when you were saying that and when you were talking, what I was trying to separate when because we got so many like periods.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll say it like this: when we was kids, I wanted you, or I felt like you could be the one. You know, when my mom liked you, I wasn't the type of high school kid that brought girls over left and right. Like, there's only one that came through the house, and that was Danny. So like, I felt like you were the one, but then we went through life and we had spaces and all of that time. So I didn't know if what I felt was real. But I will say this though, way past all the time of us living together, for me, it's the difference between wanting her to be the one and knowing she's the one. The knowing came from when I had my son Miles. And I know that might sound kind of surprising to her, because I'm not saying I didn't know forever, but like, I knew with all of my fibers though, like, all right, hell no. That's the first time I felt the way women want a man to feel about marrying them and everything. The first time I felt like that, because you know, women typically, I deserve to be married. And the dude's like, you know, all right, yeah, I'm going, it's kind of coerced, but like for me, I knew I will never spend, there's no other human on earth that can tell me what to do or suggest some shit and I really double back and think, like, should I not do what I want? It's only one, and that's her. And no other female or nobody else in the world could alter my thoughts or even make me care, for real. Like, you know, you meet a regular Joe and you like, you know. But her is like, man, what do I gotta do? You know what I'm saying? So like at the end of the day, like when she had Miles, my son, and the way she took care of him, me being a mama's boy, and I lost my mom, the whole dynamic of that. But her, the way she took care of Miles, even when she was tired, her being superwoman that she already is, and then she's getting up during times like early or late, like getting up to do shit, I would be like literally mad as fuck to do. Like she could just figure it out. Rather shit, like she would get up and do this shit, and that blew my mind because I'm like, I would not want to do that right now. And I know it sounds crazy, but like when that keeps happening over and over and over, you can't count how many times now. For me, it's like, yo, she take care of my babies like my mama took care of me. The way I felt. So like to watch that shit just sealed that shit for me. Like, yo, there's no other person. Outside of kids, how we know life can do what it do. But outside, now that we got kids, it's like, yo, this is what the fuck it is. Either I'm with you doing this, or I'm floating, trying to make sure my kids don't turn crazy and become good people. That's literally fucking it though. But I won't be sitting next to nobody doing this type of shit.
What's the difference between you two that you absolutely love?
So many.
You wanna go?
You can go.
The difference that I love about Danielle is the fact that we are truly polar opposites. Like, we really, really are. So, there's so many things that I love that she does well that I'm trash at, and vice versa. But one of the main things is she is, like I said before, she's mad numbers minded. I am not. And the more numbers I add onto my life, the more I'm supposed to know how to do more numbers because I'm a grown up. But numbers, like they suck to me at times. So what I do is, allow her to shine in her area, and I'm more of a peace in spirit and stuff like that. So I keep her grounded while she keeps me formal and ready to handle the shit I gotta handle. And that's like the biggest thing because from the traumas and shit that has happened to me in my life, I'm not blaming it, but I do know that I got a chunk taken out of me, and she'd be like, no, we got it, come on, let's go. And that helps me so much. I don't know where I would be without Danny in my life. I know I'd be happy, but I don't think I'd be this happy.
I would have to say the same. These are balancing factors. I feel like where I'm weak, he's strong. Where he's strong, I'm weak. Yeah, I just think it's just that balancing act. Like he don't like to get up early in the morning. I do. He's more laid back. I'm more like, let's go. Like he said, he slows me down. I speed him up.
I'm on time. She late as shit. So like, we need each other.
Yep.
We need each other. So this is a good thing. She's fire and water.
Literally.
Literally.
Those are our signs.
What do you look forward to experiencing with your partner?
So, because we have been together for a long time, I feel like we have already experienced a lot together. So what I would say is that I'm really looking forward to the overflow. I feel like we planted a lot of seeds and the things we want to do, the businesses we want to cultivate, personally and professionally. And so I'm just looking forward to the overflow. Living in our 30s, we're in our early 30s, so living in our 30s, living in our 40s, raising our children, also remembering to cherish right now, because he took some L's in the past, so he has also taught me, like, you know what I mean, plan for the future, but don't be so devastated if loss comes or something gets taken away, like, so living for the now, absolutely, experiencing these highs with him right now. I can't wait to get married and have our wedding and celebrate with our friends and family. But just seeing our kids grow up and evolve, us evolve as a couple, even more as parents, and just individuals. Like, he's a dope person, so I can't wait to see how we like when we don't know.
I feel you. What I'm looking forward to is mainly like I said, it's hard for me to sometimes go to the future because of so many like things that have happened to me that have reinforced that we always don't have power over the future actually happening. So I'm trying to get over that, that whole thought process, because you got to live. But I'm not trying. The PC answer is definitely like traveling the world and watching my kids grow and watching Danielle become even more dope of a wife than she's already been, But the genuine answer is just I'm really looking forward to tomorrow, each day, just tomorrow. Tomorrow, I know that we can get ahead of ourselves and think forward towards the week and next month, and next year. But like I said, like she said, I've taken so many L's that I know that next week may not happen. Next month, next year may not happen the way we see it, or the people that we thought would be there may not be there, which changes it. So for me, every day, whatever's in front of me, I'm just blessed to wake up next to Danny.
Let's go.
Finally, what is love?
Did you Rick roll us?
So, what is love? From my experience with love, being with somebody outside of my family who I don't necessarily have to love unconditionally, love is sacrifice at the root. Truly, like, when you love somebody, it's a very selfless act. It's never about you. It's always about them. So, love is just, to me, truly sacrifice. If I have to expound a little more on that, it's just, shit, I don't know. Come back to me.
I really, like metaphorically, I really believe that love is putting the gun that can hurt you, the only thing that can hurt you, the only weapon that can hurt you, on the table in front of them, and trusting that they won't shoot you with it or harm you with it. So to be vulnerable is to put the gun down or the weapon down. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it's just trusting it, because when you love somebody, you give somebody the exclusive fucking ability to smash you in front of everybody. If you love someone and you choose them in front of the world, then you also choose everything that they do in front of the world. So for me, like I said, it's just really being able to put all your vulnerability down on the table and assume and hope without knowing that they won't use it against you. If you can do that, then your love is real with the person that you've done that with. Because what you find out is at the end of the day, y'all got weapons on the table that y'all eventually just don't even be using. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's important to be able to keep yourselves going and for sustainability. But overall, love is sacrifice, like she said, and even more importantly, like she said, it's just unconditional. Some people only know how to love one way, and that's when they're getting something back. When you truly love somebody, you can't help it. You can't help it. So they can do you wrong, and you can still be like, fuck, I love them. And that's a part of the love process. If the love is situational, then you'll find out, like, it doesn't stay, but love stays regardless. So me and Danny have had time apart. I've seen her over there, she's seen me over here. We ain't like that shit, so we got back together and kept it, you know what I mean? So, it's just that being able to be who you are, and be transparent, and really just give her the weapon. Yeah, give her the weapon.
Expounding on sacrifice, doing the things you don't want to do, coming out of yourself, loving you in spite of, loving me through, deep down in the valley.
Nigga, love is us.
When you love me but don't like me, like.
Yep, that's a different thing too.
It's so many.
How do you talk to me when you don't like me?
Love is such a grand scale.
Do you keep it decent enough that people can still detect the love? Or when you don't like me, can nobody detect the love? That's a difference too, but don't let me get it going.
That's a whole different.
I've been drinking red cups outside of each one of these questions.